Brigham Sammy Baugh, though 36 years old and with 15 seasons of full competition behind him, gives no signs of nearing the end of his amazing career.
Art Monk is now number one, the most prolific pass receiver in the National Football League's history. Touchdown, Washington Redskins.
This is Harry Hog Football, the original Redskins Fans podcast. On today's show, we talk about the double super debacle of a game between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. This and not much more. Live with Aaron and John. Yo, 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 yo. What's up, John?
Excellent.
That was harsh, dude. It was very harsh.
Dude, we suck.
What can I say, dude?
Man,
Play some damn football. You sucked on the field today.
Brian Mitchell was in almost rare form after the game.
Yeah, he was not. He was very emotional.
As well as us fans were.
I was pretty much numb at that point.
Oh,
Really?
I was
I mean-
so numb after the first quarter, dude, that I can't tell you much about what happened except that we sucked.
Man, I'll tell you what. Well, let's get right into it. Taylor Heineke sucked. You know who else sucked? You know who else sucked? The offensive line. They were getting run over all the time.
You know who else
Sometimes
sucked?
Harry, well, who else?
The defensive line.
Defensive line super sucked so much they started having an argument with each other.
They had a fight with each other. The
I
captain,
know, dude.
the Walter Payton Award nominee for great
I know,
sportsmanship and community service,
For the second year in a row.
got in a fight on the sideline.
With his brother, who he played with in college and in the pros.
That
Chris
was,
Way had a punt blocked.
how many blocked kicks and punts have we had this year? More than the last 20 years combined. I'm serious.
Well, dude, I mean, all right, I don't think that we need to fire Ron Rivera yet or anything like that, but I think Jack Del Rio needs to go. And I think our special teams coordinator needs to go. I don't even know who our special teams coordinator is. Is it Alex Kulwicki?
It's Jennifer King, I think.
No, she's like the running backs coach.
She took over for everyone. They all have COVID.
She's like the interim coach for everybody.
Good. Let's just make her head coach because
We need to
shake it up.
Norv Jr. It's just like when Norv is a head coach. It's the same old crap.
Yeah.
Same old crap. All these cutesy plays or all these four people running around all at the same time in the backfield. Whoa, we don't know where we're going. The ball's going to step into the middle of my butt. Oh, whoa, the ball's loose. Every time Taylor Heineke caught the ball, he was getting bum rushed. And the few times he didn't, when he had time to throw it, who's he throwing it to?
I don't know, dude.
It's like 50 yards, maybe. If you're lucky, 50 yards down the field. Guys over here, the ball's going over there.
He threw one to De'Ami Brown. On the first play of the game, he threw it to Diggs on the other team.
He tried to throw it.
He wasn't even close to open. He was determined that I'm going to come in here, and on the first play of this game, I'm throwing it deep to McLaurin no matter what. And he did. He did. It wasn't even close. The dude was step for step, had better position than McLaurin, that's for sure. McLaurin tried to go up there and knock it down, but he didn't even have a chance at that. It was so badly thrown.
Yeah. I mean, people who said that Taylor Heineke's got a noodle arm and that Taylor Heineke is too short, there were two plays in this game that 100% exemplified exactly those two arguments against him being the starting quarterback.
That was an embarrassment, dude, to put it mildly.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that a lot of people don't have to work this week. And I feel sorry for those that do and have a Cowboys fan that's in their office with them. What is that?
Yeah.
Is that Sean the Sixth?
I bet it is.
I don't even know how.
He's like, oh crap, I'm in the room.
I know. He's in the room, but here's the thing that's screwed up. I supposedly had it set up so that if someone in their room forgot to mute their mic, I would have it muted here, but apparently that's not working. It's not muting here.
It's live.
So I don't know. I'm gonna have to reset up Skype, I guess, or Discord. I don't know.
Nah, Skype. Yeah, Discord.
Luckily, Sean the Sixth muted himself.
Because he's a professional.
We're gonna have Sean the Sixth on here in a minute. He wants to talk about the my bad deeds. No, it's also mine. I mean, I'm supposed to have it set up as a safety net, but
Seriously, Harry Hog football is full of nothing but professionals. You need to step up your game.
I'm telling you one thing. We're more prepared for this podcast than the team was to play Dallas the other day, and we're not that prepared.
Oh, it was so bad. I mean, the very first play, throwing the pick to Diggs, pick six where the defensive end just jumped up in the air, grabbed it in, and ran down the field.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Just Tress Way getting blocked. I didn't even go back and watch this game again. I put this game directly on delete. I was like, this game is done. It is time to just bury it and move
on. Dude, how could you go back and watch this?
I needed to go back and find out who's in our freaking secondary.
You have to be a masochist. What's the word?
Linebackers.
A
One
masochist?
guy didn't even have the film of it. It was just a picture of his head.
Dude, did you see where I sent you that tweet? Like someone tweeted that video. I played it so many times the next morning. And I was cracking up so much that I started crying. It was like, if you don't know what we're talking about, we have some guy on the team named, what's his name? Milo Effler or something like that?
I'm trying to find it.
Well, anyway, at the beginning of the game, I was watching
a gallery in our Discord room, which you can get to if you have not gotten to it before at tinyurl.com/HarryHF.
Yeah. And I noticed that right when we started going live, we got a new member in the Discord room. So welcome, nice. Raffin Harbord. Sorry if I'm not saying that right.
Milo Eifler. No words, just vibes.
I wish I could play that on the podcast right now. But if you go back and watch it, it's like all of our dudes on the offense. No, on the defense. Was he on defense? He was a linebacker, right? It was all the dudes on the defense announcing like their names and where they went to school. And then it gets to him and it's just silence because we signed him off the street like 2 days ago.
So they didn't have film of it. It was just like still picture.
They don't have film of him. And then you noticed this, dude. You were like, dude, what is he going to do? Does he know any of the plays? And you keyed on it that every play they were like, hey, kid, just get in there and every play go after the quarterback.
In the beginning, I was just like, they must be sitting in that. But then I realized what we were doing. We had 5 defensive linemen between the linemen and the ends up front. And it was like maybe 1, maybe 2 linebackers out there, maybe, and then a bunch of defensive ends I've never heard of. I know we had Curl in there who still had a pretty decent game, all in all, I guess. I don't remember Curl getting burned on anything. He's about the only one I don't. Yeah, I don't even know who it is, like number 34, number 39, Johnson, Danny Johnson, I guess.
Howard Johnson is right.
Danny Johnson is wrong.
Harfin Harbord, he's from Scotland. We've got so many people from Scotland. I mean, we got like 10% Scottish people in our Discord. Josh is over there all the time.
Like Nordic King or something like that.
Welcome to the Discord room. He's been a Skins fan for 40 years now.
Oh, man.
Well, okay. At least you're old enough like us to have seen the glory days, because I feel really sorry for these young whippersnappers like Sean the Sixth who weren't even around the last time that the team won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, really. Really kind of stinks.
And I think Sean the Sixth, you know what makes it even worse? Is he now has children of his own. There are like 2 generations that haven't seen the glory days. 2 generations.
Yeah.
I don't get it, especially after games like last night. Oh my goodness me. Not last night. It was 2 nights ago, right? It still hurts like it was last night, though. We woke up the next morning and someone in the Discord room wrote, "It still hurts just as bad." Oh my goodness, man. Anyway, welcome to the chat room, everyone. And I'm glad to see some people are still keeping the faith. Like, where do we go from here, dude? Someone's heads need to roll. And I was a little disconcerted with the fact that Ron Rivera seemed like he was standing there in a daze the whole game like this with his mask on, casually looking up at that giant TV screen that is so big. Like, every single person in the entire Cowboys stadium, it's like you're in the front row of the movie theater when you're a kid, like looking straight up, like your neck's hurting from like trying to look at this giant screen that's right so big that you don't have enough distance between it and you that it's like worthless.
So big that Tress Way kicked the ball like to the side of it.
This was definitely the worst game. You brought up, John, was this game worse than the one that we lost to the Patriots? 50, what was it, 50 something to 7?
I think it was 59-7.
I was like, no, because this was Dallas, dude.
This was Dallas, yeah.
And the Patriots were a dynasty. The Dallas is still a team that we were the defending NFC East champs until Sunday. You realize that? And there was some AFC game that sealed the deal for Dallas before it started. I don't even know how that happened. It was like, since Las Vegas won, there was some crazy tiebreaker thing down the line that made Dallas clinch before our game even started.
Man, someone should have told them that. Maybe they wouldn't have scored 42 points on us in the first half.
Or if we actually had a team on the field that stopped them from scoring, they wouldn't have scored. 56-14. This is like old school Super Bowls, like when NFC East and San Francisco were just running through Super Bowls every year. It was like us, Cowboys, the Giants, 49ers, just destroying the AFC team every year. So scores like this. But man,
everyone was just
to have Dallas do that to us. I'm trying to think of something good. Let me think. I remember some bright spots from Bates. Master Bates had a pretty good game.
He did.
He had a touchdown, right? And he made a few catches. And I was thinking about this when I was driving home this morning. Out of all of our rookies, who do you think has made the most impact this year? Because I was thinking Bates.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's not Jamma Davis.
No way, dude. I mean,
man, it's tough. Even though he was picked beforehand, having Micah Parsons just destroy us for 2 games.
Mm-hmm. He didn't even just destroy us as much in this game as the first one. This game was more like an equal opportunity destruction from every player on their team. They just took turns.
We had a section of time in the first half, I think the second quarter, where we went heavy jumbo, and it was like 2 or 3 tight ends, if we have 3 tight ends at this point. I know Samus Reyes was in there a lot. And we were doing max protect, and we were running the ball, and we're actually moving it a little bit, and then we just went away with it. Norv Jr., once again, every time, it seems like every week he finds something that works, and then he just leaves it alone.
He always does.
It's not like they stopped it. He always just starts doing something else.
They teed off on us, and then we just stopped running.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything against these guys. We couldn't do anything on offense. We couldn't do anything on defense, and our special teams even sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, De'Ami Brown had 1 catch in this game, right? Am I correct on that? He had that long catch, or did he drop it? I don't remember. I think he caught it. But so that was like, whoa, he's still on the team? I mean, Shanny's coming up with some bright spots. Joey Sly was 2 of 2 on extra points. Good for him.
It was good having him back.
Yeah. Heineke,
See you next week.
Dude, I want to pull up the stats. I usually do this before the podcast, but today we were actually working on a new layout that we're probably going to debut it next week. So,
Right. We're thinking of moving out of the stadium before it starts leaking water on us.
I'm sick of the FedEx Field background. Washington, Dallas, stats.
Well, Taylor Heineke finished with a quarterback rating of 28.8.
Are you serious? Is that that weird low one or the regular one?
Nope, that's the regular one. Kyle Allen, but this is why QBR is so weird. Kyle Allen ended with 127.9. He went 8 for 10.
Well, he was better.
Yards and touchdown. He was better, but he was only in for like a quarter.
But we were saying put him in a lot earlier than that, dude.
We should have put him in like at halftime and kept Taylor Heineke from getting nailed. And again, like they weren't calling any penalties against Dallas at all because Taylor Heineke got nailed with a helmet in the middle of his chest, and they didn't call that as a roughing the passer.
Yeah.
At all.
I wasn't really that upset with the refs because we were just getting it handed to us so much that it didn't even matter what they called. It wouldn't have turned the game around.
Yeah.
I mean, Prescott had 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. We did sack him 3 times, though, for 11 yards. They only sacked us 4. No, 5.
And we sacked him twice in the very first drive, or it might have been the second drive, where we were putting those 5 defensive linemen up there and having these heavy jumbo guys just go in and try to kill the quarterback.
Yeah, what happened?
And even if and I was just like, they're just moving the ball down the field anyway. At least if we get 5 fatties up front, we're going to be able to like pancake the quarterback once in a while.
Dude, look at this breaking news.
Huh.
John Madden.
Oh, no.
It says he unexpectedly died today. This is
no way.
As reported by X Factor 357. No. And this is so weird because we were talking about this like a week ago. Remember we were seeing those ads for his documentary that I think came out on Christmas Day. And we're like, they're talking about him like he's passed away and he's still alive. But this is not good. This is not good news. Anyway. That stinks. That really sucks.
Wow, yeah. Here we go. It's like NBC Sports, TMZ, who actually does some pretty decent sports stuff when they're looking for weird stuff.
Wow.
Man.
That's bad news.
Died.
Way to bring us down even lower, X Factor.
Dang, man.
Yeah,
people our age. I mean, he was like the voice of watching football. Him and Pat Summerall. He
was the voice of football during our golden years when we were kicking butt. I just remember so many Redskins Cowboys and Redskins Giants games that he did on CBS, and him and Pat Summerall.
Back when CBS was Fox and
yeah, boom,
and all that, when the the film and everything, boom.
Oh man,
back when they actually had film and it wasn't all digital.
Oh man, that sucks. And Sean the Sixth and those young whippersnappers know him as the video game guy. So
know him from the video game.
People older than us know him as the coach. So
yeah, really, coach of the Raiders.
He was an announcer to us. Dude, I remember that first Madden game. I don't think it was the first Madden. I think it was the first time they actually had voices on a video game. It was on like the Sega Genesis, and they had him and Pat Summerall on there, and I was like, this is awesome. It's like we're really listening to the game. The graphics still sucked, but it was pretty cool.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. All right, is this
just someone that loved football?
Yep. That sucks. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the documentary now. I was gonna watch it anyway, but okay.
Well, what we also haven't talked about, the accident that Shazer Everett was in which his passenger died. And that Jamin Davis and Benjamin St. Juice were in a vehicle right behind them and saw them play, or saw the accident and saw what happened.
Yeah, what was the deal with that?
Well, apparently, Shazer Everett got into a single car wreck, and his girlfriend or fiance or whatever, or wife, I don't know, died in the wreck.
And you uncovered some investigative stuff on your own about that you mentioned.
Investigative stuff. I went down like a rabbit hole and ended up on his girlfriend, his dead girlfriend's Twitter page or Instagram page or something. Mm-hmm. And it was just like not even a week before the accident, and she was on there saying something to the effect of how Shazer Everett was like driving too fast because he was mad at her. And I was like, oh, geez, if that's what happened, if you start driving fast and he lost control, and Jamin Davis and Benjamin St. Juice are in the car behind him and see this. Yeah. I mean, Jamin Davis, they said Sunday night that he was having COVID symptoms. He wasn't having COVID symptoms. He saw an accident where like someone he knew died and another person is in bad shape.
Yeah. He just couldn't go of it.
And we had to deal with that. And I bet that on top of everything else was what led us into the fight.
And Rivera,
Alabama wall.
Rivera kind of mentioned that after the game. He was like, we're dealing with, what did he say? I don't remember how he phrased it, but basically the Shazer Everett situation. And we're dealing with this other stuff and injuries and COVID. And he was basically going off on people like, these are people. They're not robots. Like, I mean, some of it was kind of excuses, but, you know, he does have a point. If one of your friends just died and you saw it, it's going to affect you somewhat, especially the team, probably trickle over to the team and the whole defense. And we don't know how many of these other people had hung out with this person and with the Shazer outside of the team. But yeah, they basically said that he was being kept out for Jamin Davis was being kept out for COVID symptoms, and they didn't have time to get the test results back, so they had to keep him out for a precaution. But then after the game, they said it came back negative, and which you and I were like, yeah, he was. I mean, he could have been in the locker room. He could have been in the locker room ready to go. Yeah, he was emotionally distraught.
Yeah. I hear you.
So that was the other good news of the week. The fight. Have you heard anything else about the fight?
Not really. I mean, it was just like we saw.
It was a fight.
Jerome Payne stuck his fingers into Jonathan Allen's temple, and Jonathan Allen didn't like it and swiped at him with one hand and tried to punch him with the other. Yeah. I think he grazed him on the cheek a little bit.
Which is what I would have done, or any other person would have done, if you're putting someone's fingers in your face.
And this is all right. A lot of you guys that have been watching this for a while, you know I watch a lot of soccer. When you see soccer guys on the field, they're touching each other all over the face. They're touching guys on the head, topping onto the head, touching on the side, slapping them on the face, doing stuff like that. You touch a guy in the face, a sports person in the face in America, they're probably going to hit you.
Yeah,
it's just a completely different. It's a completely different culture in America than it is in Europe with that.
They get very touchy-feely over there.
It's very touchy-feely there. You can't do that here. You can't touch another man in the face. You just can't.
You don't touch another man, period, unless you're tackling him on the field.
Or you can hit him on the shoulder, be like, "What's up?"
And apparently on the butt.
But you don't touch another man in the face, right? Yeah, or you slap a dude on the butt.
I don't know if that's acceptable in today's world, though. I don't know anymore.
I want some butts. They do that. They do that in football all the time.
You might get canceled, dude. I don't know the new rules. They might get brought up for harassment charges. All I know is we got completely boat raced on Sunday night.
We got completely boat raced Sunday night.
I was angry that I stayed up for that nonsense. But what about Raffin Harbord and
Firefly?
And Firefly. Those dudes were up at like, what time was it for them? 1 a.m. when it started?
At like 1:20 in the morning.
So they were up until 5 a.m. watching that nonsense.
God, it just sucks.
Oh my gosh. In the words of Brian Mitchell.
Play some damn football. You sucked on the field today.
You want to bring in who is it? Sean the Sixth. Sean
the Sixth. Are you ready to talk about the HHFFFL league? Because I need a little break from this debacle talk. He'll type if he's ready. If he's paying attention, he'll type. He might be changing a diaper or something.
That's true.
Anyway. Oh, he's ready. Okay. All right.
He's ready.
All right, dude. Well, come on in, because apparently I don't know how to mute you anyway.
Unmute him.
What's cool?
Oh, he's in. I hear him. Talk,
right.
talk, dude. Talk.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're in. You're in.
All right, sweet. All right, so the HHF FFL year, whatever year we're in, my first year actually. We are at the championship game when is the defending champion X Factor, who's going to go down, and myself.
X Factor, also known as Cyclone S, and I think another name, because he's won it twice already, and it's on the new Cheeseman Trophy, which we need to discuss.
The new Cheeseman Trophy.
Now, I'm gonna have to give you all my address so it can be shipped over to my house, because
Wait, I thought you have the other trophy. Don't you have the trophy now? The David Lee.
No,
that's David Lee one.
That's X Factor.
X Factor has that. So he's either gonna have to keep that trophy or ship it to you.
Yep.
Well, I hope you have some money for shipping, because that thing weighs like 50 pounds.
That thing is a boss trophy.
It's huge, dude. It's like 2 feet by 2 feet.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
But yeah, no. So yeah, there were some inactive players this year, Aaron. But it was a pretty good year. We're trying to steer and see the right direction.
So it was pretty competitive, except for me and one other dude, right? So we're getting relegated all soccer style, and is that correct? And that'll open up 2 more spots for people interested in next season.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Well, so how close were the semifinals games, and who just got ousted?
All right, hold on. Let me pull up the scores. All right.
I know Firefly was in there, right?
Yeah, so it was Firefly and whoever is Iquinzu Ocha.
I think that's David Herzing.
Is it?
I think. I'm not sure. Someone said it was.
Okay, well, he got beat by me 128-20 to 117-28.
All right, congratulations. Congratulations.
And the other semifinal game was the Redskins, aka X Factor.
AKA Cyclone S.
30 and beat the Scottish Wild Hogs, aka Firefly. 145-65 to 154-30.
What? It was within 1 point?
No. It was like 10, almost 10 points.
Oh, okay. I thought you said
154. 154-30 to 145-65.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. So, have the early projections come out for the championship game this week?
It has come out on 2 different platforms that I have. The first platform is Fantasy Pros. Fantasy Pros states. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up.
Wait, how does this work? Do you put your team in there and they tell you what to do?
Yeah, I sync the league in there.
Sounds like an unfair advantage, but anyway, go ahead.
I mean, everybody has access to it if you want to pay money, but
Hey,
Okay.
It put me in 2 different.
It's only cheating if you get caught.
Listen,
isn't that what George Allen
put
said?
me in 2 championship games. I have this championship and my other league's championship that I'm in.
Okay. What are the projections in there saying?
The early projections are Beats by Calabria, which is myself, 122.3, and the Redskins, which is X Factor, 121.6.
Ooh, it's like within 1 point. All right.
Man.
Yeah, Yahoo has it 126.47 for Redskins, aka X Factor, and 115.24 me. So
X Factor is in the chat room here.
Dude,
right now
X
on
Factor is going off on you.
He's
X Factor, you can feel free to jump in here if you got headsets, and we can have this on the air here. This little, Deron Payne, John Allen flare up.
Commanders, Red Wolves. Commanders, Red Wolves.
Are you seeing this stuff, Sean?
Yeah, I see him.
I don't need to pay money to get my fantasy advice. Ooh.
You're gonna wish you had that.
All right. Last chance, X Factor. You going to come on and talk about this? Oh, he's at work. He can't do it. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well, we're looking forward to hearing the results, Sean. And the Cheeseman Trophy, new for this year. I think you guys are gonna like it. And then every year from now on, I'll just make a new Cheeseman Trophy so it doesn't have to get passed around like that big old trophy that weighs 100 pounds.
Oh my goodness! What is the share a picture in the Discord?
The Cheeseman Trophy, you're gonna have to wait. It's gonna be a surprise.
It's a surprise.
It's gonna be a surprise. But let's just say it has every winner's name on it and the newest winner at the top, of course. So.
Okay.
And it's something that you can actually use in your house, especially if you like cheese. But that's all I'm gonna say. It's like the Stanley Cup, except it's the Cheeseman Trophy, and they don't have to pass it around. Anyway, all right. All right. Thanks for coming on, dude, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and good luck on your game.
Yeah, man.
Same to you.
I don't have a game, but okay.
Well, Merry Christmas and
okay. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, man. All right. That, everybody, was the one and only Sean the Sixth, also known as the injury specialist.
Mm-hmm.
And
he's got his own podcast.
It's called No BS Sports Podcast, I think. I'm a subscriber to it, but I don't remember the name. I think it's No BS. No BS. But anyway, check him out on YouTube. Okay. Where were we? Right. We're about to give the games and kicks or what?
I'm looking at my list and I think we've been through everything. I wrote down like suckitude, accident, fight. Game to kicks.
We didn't talk about Jack Del Rio.
I did at the beginning. He needs to be fired.
Oh, okay.
Both our coordinators need to be fired because we need to see if our team is as bad as we think they are. Because these coordinators either are just not.
They're not good. Nor Jr. just needs to go.
Just like his dad. Just like his dad.
All right. And who do you think we should start this week? Heineke or Allen?
That is actually a good question because
Heineke just
Ron
looked
Rivera,
out of it before he even threw that pass, dude.
He looked like he was still sick. He looked like he was like carrying COVID-19 all over the field.
His face was red. He just didn't look all there. Even before he took the field, I was like, are they really going to play him? He doesn't look right.
Yeah, and the offensive line is just in shambles right now. We do get Scherf back. We've got Scherf back today. We got Cole Holcomb back today.
Here, I have
Tyler
one.
Larson also, but he's going on to an injured reserve. We already knew that.
Hold on, I have one thing to say about Scherf. I'm done with him. He makes the Pro Bowl. How do you make a Pro Bowl if you're only there for your team 50% of the time? How many games did he play this year? I don't care if you're the
pro, dude.
I don't care if you're the best player in the whole league. If you aren't there for your team at least 90% of the time, you should be disqualified from All Pro and Pro Bowl.
I can't imagine that we're going to re-sign him. But I mean, some like bottom 10 team is going to give him a boatload of money.
Let him.
He's really good when he's in there all together, but I mean,
He's just not there enough.
He's not there enough. And I mean, $18 million or whatever it is, 17, 19, somewhere in that range that he's getting the last couple of years. He's just not. We don't have salary cap problem, so it's not that big a deal. But I mean, still, that's a lot. That is a lot of money for a guard.
Yep. Hey, check this out. Welcome to Ian28. Just joined the Discord room. Make him feel welcome, y'all. Make him feel welcome.
All right. What's up? Good number. Good number 28.
It is. It is a good number. It's one of my favorite numbers of all times.
It is. I agree. 28.
Well, we need to give our games
44.
and kicks, and then we need to give a precarious prediction.
Oh, and by the way, what did I tell you about the I told you about this right before we started the podcast. That somebody what's his face? Miles Sanders for the Eagles has a broken foot. He's not playing this weekend.
Oh yeah. That could bode well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's broken or if it's hurt, but he's apparently not playing this weekend, they said. So all right, that could be helpful. That could be helpful. Useful.
Yes. It could be, but at this point, and some dudes in the Discord room were talking about this, how much do we really want to win?
That's a good question. Right now, we are in the draft pick, the 9th draft pick.
Okay. What if we lose out? What position will we be at? Oh, we don't know because of everyone else.
Right now, we're the only team that's 6-9, dudes.
Are you serious? It seemed like a few weeks ago there were so many teams right around that mark.
There's teams that are 7-8, and there are teams that are 6-9, so 5-10.
Okay.
It's hard to tell because it's not the whole season, and then the season's 17, so it's I don't know. My math is all weird because this 17-game season. But yeah, we're the only team that are 6-9. So if we lose one, we're going to be tied with other people, and I think that would be tied with like 3 or 4 other teams if they win. So we'll see. I mean, right now we're in 9th. We got 2 games left. If we keep losing, we might end up in 5th.
One of those teams is below us, the Giants.
Yeah.
How many wins do they have? 4? 5? I'm saying is, can we surpass them on the way down the ladder?
That's what I'm looking for.
And they lost their quarterback.
Yeah, and their quarterback's out for the rest of the year, but that doesn't mean anything. They'll get some guy from...
Dude, I don't think the Eagles are very good. We were just horrible against them because we didn't have any quarterback. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back and beat them. It depends on how they respond after getting stomped down.
Yeah, really.
If John Allen has anything to say about it there, we'll respond in a positive way, but we're just going to have to wait to see. Scherf coming back is huge. Brian Mitchell had a stat like, we have not won a game this season that Scherf didn't play in. Did you know that?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think we're like 0-6 or something like that when Scherf didn't play. Now you can double check me on that stat, but I got it from Brian Mitchell in the post game last night.
Right.
Yeah, it's an interesting stat. As much as we've been dogging on him, we haven't won a game without him.
Yeah, this year, yeah. The Giants are 4-11, so if we lose our last 2, including a game to the Giants, I don't know, they might go ahead of us.
They have to win them both, though. They have to. I don't know who they're playing this week.
Yeah, they'd have to win both.
It might be the Cowboys.
This week they're playing the Bears.
Oh, and the Bears are... I don't know if they're still... They won. They beat...
They won, but they're not in the playoff
Seattle.
run.
Yeah. In fact, they're probably in the same position as us. They probably want to try to lose that game.
They might be. They're 5-10. They played Seattle last weekend, and both those teams are out of the playoff hunt.
Okay.
Sure. We'll talk about this more next week, and as we start going in, especially that final week, we will definitely touch on all the scenarios.
Gotcha.
But Miles Sanders is apparently out for the Eagles, so we will see, allegedly.
Yeah, that's good. We'll see. All right, so let's give our games and kicks and wrap this thing up. Sound good? Because I don't want to remember this game any more than I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now, the coveted and ever elusive Game Ball Award.
Game Ball Award. Brought to you each week, as always, by our good friends at Ridapoo. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, go. Object.
I'm not giving it to Dejon Harris, one of our other linebackers. We didn't even talk about that guy. He got a sack though, good for him.
Yeah.
I guess I'll give mine to John Bates, even though on that touchdown he fumbled it and then recovered it and got the touchdown.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So that could have been another disaster.
Wait,
but
I think wasn't he already in though? Or am I
no,
wrong?
he wasn't. He was down at like the 2 foot line. But he was like, oh! But by the time he had control of it, he had broke the play. So because you can recover your own fumble going forward.
Okay, let me think of who I'm going to give my game ball to. This is a difficult decision because everyone was pretty horrible in this game.
You can make it a family affair.
John Allen? Is that what you're saying?
I was thinking Kyle.
Kyle? I was going to say, I'm not going to give it to someone that punched his teammate regardless of him getting a finger in his nose.
Or his temple.
Or his temple or whatever it was. Kyle Allen, I would give it to Kyle Allen. I'll give it to Kyle Allen. And here's why. He came in and actually played a little bit better than his buddy there.
Heineke.
Let's see his stats. He came in and played like what, a tenth of the game that Heineke played, and he was 8 of 10 for 67 with 1 touchdown, 0 picks.
He came in the fourth quarter. I thought he came in the third, didn't he?
I think so. So the quarterback rating, according to this ESPN one, the ratings that we still don't quite understand how they get the quarterback ratings. Kyle Allen had a 98.4 QBR, and Heineke's was a 4.0.
But what did those translate to?
I don't know, because here's the weird thing. Here's the weird thing.
QBR rating.
Here's the weird thing. In those same weird ratings on ESPN's website, Dak Prescott, who threw for 4 touchdowns, had a 72.6. But Kyle Allen was 98.4. Does it only have to do with your percentage of catches on this one? 8 of 10?
I'm starting to think we should just stop using QBR rating.
I don't know the differences. I'm sure someone here does. Someone in our... I mean, I'm sure that... Sean the
Somebody knows the differences, but I mean, can anyone explain it to us and make it sound good? Why don't you make it metric? Why don't you make it 1 through 100 or 0 through 100? Why does it go to 162.7 or whatever it goes to?
It's to mess with us, dude. To mess with us. And I've given
Field's 100 yards long. Why don't we use 100? 1 to 100.
Why isn't the field 50 yards wide? It's some random weird number like 53 yards or something.
Huh, yeah. I wonder what stadium calls that.
Who knows?
This one's good. This one's good.
Stroker Ace is saying our punter did a decent job, but he did get one blocked. I don't know whose fault it was. Probably not his, the O-line.
It wasn't his because he was I mean, it was a rush. They just came on. They just came right in.
Oh, so-and-so is saying it's Cheeseman's fault. It's Shanny. Cheeseman's fault. I'll have to go back and look. No, I'm not. I'll take your word for it. Who's calling me?
I wonder if Cheeseman snapped it all over. Did he have to come over and grab it up, or jump up, or anything like that to grab it?
I don't know. In the words of my mom, it matters not.
That matters not. No, sir.
It matters not, dudes. It matters not. In fact, that's going to be the name of this episode. It matters not. Okay. So I gave my game ball. All right. Any other game balls coming out of here? We've got Stroker Ace is giving it to Tress Way, it looks like.
Yeah.
Shanny to Joey Sly. And Shanny's to Joey Sly again. Okay, we got your point.
Just to make sure.
I think that's it. X Factor 357 is still talking smack to Sean the Sixth. And
HHF
that's it. Ian 28 hasn't given one. He's hanging out though.
He's probably like, these dudes suck.
These dudes suck. They sound like
Right,
Beavis
dude,
and Butthead.
They sound like Beavis and Butthead. I don't get it.
I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, let's go into the kicks then.
Kicks.
It's time for this week's Kickin' the Balls Award.
Kicking the Balls Award is brought to you by Ridapoo.
Maybe it's just poo this week.
Doesn't matter. This is a hard decision as well. A very difficult decision, but I'm going to have to give mine to Taylor Heineke. Because even though he was under a constant barrage of pressure, he seemed like he was making really horrible decisions from play one. And when he did have some time to throw it, he was not hitting people or getting close to people, and he was holding the ball too long. He did have one nice sidearm pass. I remember that.
He did, yeah.
But it just was not his game to win, and you could tell from before he even took the first snap, the look on his face. He just looked not ready to go.
Yeah.
So I'm giving mine to Taylor Heineke, but I'm also giving honorary kicks to the entire rest of the team.
Dude, you took mine.
Except for Kyle Allen. Go ahead.
Mine is going to Taylor Heineke and the rest of the team.
And Ron Rivera for not getting on these dudes and staying there looking all like he's in a daze. And for Jack Del Rio stinking.
I don't have a problem with Ron Rivera being stoic, because your head coach, I mean, if your head coach is a basket case, what do you think the team's going to be?
I'm not saying be a basket case, but he was standing there like, at least get fired up and be like, let's go, dudes. We can do this. Get it turned around. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Do something.
It's not the first time he's been like that.
Oh, yes. We didn't even mention the benches, dude. We didn't mention the benches.
Jeez Louise.
Okay. If you guys remember, a few weeks ago, Dallas brought their
2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks, yeah.
Whenever it was, their heated benches to our stadium, which I think was in the 40s that day. Somewhere in the 40s. Okay, that's reasonable. So we turned around and bought benches to keep up with the Joneses, and sent them to Philadelphia the next week. Okay, it was kind of cold there. But then we shipped them all the way out to Dallas for their inside the stadium, heated stadium. We sent heated benches. And then someone showed a picture. I think it was, what's his name? JP? Is that his name? What's his name?
JP?
Finley? That's his name?
Oh, JP Finley, yeah.
I think he showed a picture on Twitter, and Dallas's benches were just like plain aluminum benches at their stadium, and ours were the ones where we copied Dallas. Except it was in a heated stadium, dudes.
It was inside.
What is wrong with these people? They're clowns. They're clowns that run the team.
Yeah.
Yo, Chen in Nova Scotia, what's up?
What's up, Chen?
2B4. What's up, man? Yeah, we saw the news. We talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's just a bad game. It was just a really, really bad game. But yeah, going back to the thing about Rivera, it's not the first time where he's made a decision like that. We're just like, okay, all right.
Oh, the benches? He wasn't. Those benches weren't his decision.
The thing before, not the benches at all. Whoever that was.
Oh, that was some idiot. Probably the same guy.
It might have been Dan Snyder. He might have been like, I want benches.
He's not allowed, dude.
Oh, that's right. He's not allowed to. Sorry.
So if it was him, it was
Tanya.
Yeah, someone else has to take responsibility because
it might be his wife because she runs the team.
She runs the team.
He's just angling for a new stadium.
Angling? Yeah. Oh, don't even get me going on that. Well, he's bought the benches now, so he doesn't need an inside stadium with those benches in it. The heated benches.
Yeah, truly.
Oh my gosh. How could he even afford those benches with the attendance that he has? All right. Does that round it out? Does that round it? Oh my goodness me. Chen in Nova Scotia said his dad and stepmom were at the game.
Oh, dude.
Oh. That really sucks. That sucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Oh my goodness gracious me. That
I feel for any of our fans that were at the game. That had to just been horrible getting out of that stadium.
Yeah.
Just horrible.
Good Lord. Well, this weekend, we're coming back to FedEx Field, which is going to be painted green with all the Eagles jerseys, with everybody coming down I-95 from Philadelphia. Because I'm not going. And I don't know how many Redskins fans are going to go to this game. Is it going to be 10,000? Will we break the 10,000 Redskins fans mark? Because there's going to be we thought it was bad with Dallas a few weeks ago. It's going to be so green. It's going to be so easy to see on television, 1:00 in the afternoon.
I'm looking forward to the game. And here's my precarious prediction, dude.
No Miles Sanders.
No Miles Sanders, and we actually have a quarterback, our second and third quarterbacks instead of our fourth, Blaine Gabbert, who I don't think is still on the team. Gabbert Gilbert. Grape.
I haven't seen him get cut, so I don't know.
What's his name? Gilbert? Gabbert
Gilbert.
Gabbert Gilbert Grape Blaine. Anyway, Blaine Gabbert Gilbert. What I'm saying is we have a quarterback, and I'm thinking we should start Kyle Allen, obviously, because there's something not right with Heineke. And if we actually go in there and run the ball, like I think we can, are we gonna have McKissick back? What's the deal with him?
He's on IR, dude. He's done.
Okay. Well, if we go in there and run the ball, like I think we can, and have Kyle Allen pepper in some passes. He was 8 of 10 last week with a 98.4 QBR, which was better than Dak Prescott, according to ESPN's webpage. Then maybe we can get this victory. In fact, I'm going to call it, dude. I'm going to call it.
Uh-oh.
Washington 21, Philadelphia 13. 21-13, Washington.
With no Miles Sanders, his broken hand. I don't know why.
Ian 28. Welcome, Ian 28's in the chat room. He says, a call out on the podcast. You guys are famous under this roof. Probably more infamous than famous. But anyway, his wife was genuinely concerned for us this week. Thank you. Tell your wife thanks for her concern. But this isn't the first time that we've gotten destroyed. We're used to dealing with this. I will say that when my wife, of course, went to bed and she asked me the next morning what the score was, and I could not bring myself to say the score. I was just like, it was bad. It was really bad. And then I hear her go.
Yeah.
I hear her pick up her phone. Oh. And I was just like, we will not speak of this game in this house ever again. It was bad. Anyway. All right. Welcome to the Discord room there, dude. All right. Are we done? Can we let these people get ready for their new year and get ready for this game this weekend?
Yeah. I think Taylor Heineke probably will start, but who knows? Because Ron Rivera's kept the cards close to his chest about quarterbacks, changes his mind all the time, or at least to us. He does his thing. He might have him in. I think Taylor Heineke would be better, but again, he looked like he was like COVID walking on that field. So
yeah,
we'll see. But I mean, the season's it's not mathematically out. We can still go in if other teams lose, but it's really, 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 really going to be tough, but not impossible.
Oh, we're
not
also
impossible.
Wait, you already said we're getting Cole Holcomb back, which is big, and Jammin Davis, and Scherf. So
I guess Jammin Davis.
Yeah, don't forget the last time we played the Eagles, we were down like 30 people or something. So I mean, and they weren't that good.
We only lost by 7, even though that included Cole Holcomb.
Yeah, they weren't that good. They were. I mean, we were just really, really bad and shorthanded. So let's see what happens. And I hate the Eagles. I don't want to lose out to them. If we had or division games at the end of the year, I'd say go ahead and lose out. But I hate these teams so much. I just can't say that.
We need to be like the Giants and playing the Bears this weekend.
I know. I just can't say it. Shanny's prediction is 26-22 Washington. The Washington Commanders, or as you were saying, the Washington Comrades.
Hello, comrade.
The Washington Comrades. Oh my gosh.
Starring Ovechkin. Starring Ovechkin, Kuznetsov,
Anyway.
Samsonov, Orlov.
All right. We'll let you guys go. We've been talking, fooling around for a long time here. So here's our music. All right.
It mostly fooling around just because what a just one of the worst games that we've ever watched.
What a, dare I say it, debacle. Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to all our friends in the Peanut Gallery. A big welcome to Ian28 and Harfin. I can't say his name, man. I need help.
Where is it?
Raffin
Harbard. Raffin Harbard. Harbard.
From Scotland. Sorry about butchering your name. X Factor 357. Shanny's in there. Sean the Sixth. Thanks for coming on and talking about the league.
Yeah, dude.
Who else? 2B4. Chin in Nova Scotia. Hope I didn't miss anyone in there. You can give us a shout out on the hog line if you ever get too depressed about the team. There's someone on there 24/7 to listen to you rant about the team. It's called Google Voice. And the number is 202-735-1788. You can reach us at hhfpodcast@gmail.com. Of course, join our Discord room where everyone hangs out. That's tinyurl.com/HarryHF. And always, you can get us on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, and those type places. Anyway, I think that about rounds it out. Oh, and Twitter @HarryHog. Is that rounded out, dude?
Harry Hog. Yeah. Hog man.
All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Hail to the Redskins, and I'm not even going to say our last catchphrase because it's not happening this week.
We're just gonna.
If you see a Cowboys fan this week, turn away.
Turn away, look away, and then joke them
as they walk away
from behind.
All right.